Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a game for you between desertBeliever as our Wehrmacht, and his opponent is going to be GFM Erwin Rommel. So I've had both these players on the channel before, I think. Actually, let me check if I got Rommel. I know I've seen Rommel play, but I don't know if that made it on. Yeah, it doesn't look like it made it on. So I've seen this player on the ladder a couple times, and I have tried to cast one of his games, but didn't make it to my channel. So here's hoping that this game does. And saw a comment from our player. Please buff allies. Not sure. So, I mean, we all know folks are feeling like Wehrmacht not in a great place. We'll see if that's the case this game. I've seen a little bit of a mix. But I'll just say that I think player skill is often playing a larger factor than the changes to the Grenadiers. You know, it's amazing how tiny little changes really impact the way players view things. I mean, for example, they nerfed Recce package so that you couldn't throw the grenades as often. And the ability is still freaking good, but people don't use it because they can't abuse it. And it's just funny how those things work out. And then I think in case of the Grenadiers, it's a very small change. Jaegers saw a small change to their cost, and it's made a big difference. I see way fewer Jaegers. And it's very surprising. So, interesting build from our British player, going for heavy machine gun first, after Royal Engineer. It is going to limit his capturing power, but is going to let him control spaces with the help of his Royal Engineers. We'll need to be careful with that unit, of course. We do see an infantry section following up on that heavy machine gun. And is going to let him win this fight on this bottom side. And maybe even steal this central point. Grenadiers hopping in the house. This house, of course, doesn't have windows on the sides facing the base, but do have a great angle here. He's going to totally win that fight from the looks of it. But British player going to come out ahead on fuel here, at least for a little while. Nothing too dramatic, but going to be pretty happy with that outcome. And a quick mortar here for desertBeliever. And I think that's in response to this heavy machine gun. Feels like he needs a quick answer to that. And actually, I think, you know, in this latest patch, Grenadiers, I think that Wehrmacht players should be looking to more team weapons, more elite infantry overall. And that really hasn't come to fruition, so I guess the community disagrees with me. I've been trying it in my builds, and I've been liking it, but I'm also not a very good player, so, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, love to see this mortar, and is going to get some good hits on that heavy machine gun. Grenadiers pushing in. Looks like they're going to go for this cutoff point, just completely ignoring the situation, running away from the heavy machine gun. Third Grenadier on the way. Royal Engineer is going to force back this mortar. Mortar actually setting up. That's not a place you want to set up as a mortar. Should get out of there. I'm surprised he isn't just retreating, but clearly doesn't want to. And I guess by not retreating there, he's wasting those engineers' time, right? It's like, yep, you have to keep chasing me if you want to get any damage done. And that engineer could be doing something else, right? It could be capturing this victory point, could be capturing this fuel, so delaying his opponent. We do see a second infantry section added on. I think I already said that. Grenadier got canceled, but we're going to see Panzer Grenadier Company instead. So Panzer Grenadiers saw a pretty significant buff, in my opinion. I mean, accuracy. I mean, their DPS at Vet 1 and Vet 3 got a huge boost. So it's going to instantly go for those Panzer Grenadiers. And British player does have platoon command post, right? Yeah, he does. So Humber armor car could be on the way, and it is. So, German player going to have a ton of anti-infantry here. Well, not a ton. He is prioritizing anti-infantry here at the expense of anti-tank. Now, pack guns on this map... I mean, from my perspective, our German has two options. One is, well, three. Just deal with the existence of the Humber armor car and be okay with the fact that the Humber armor car is going to be super annoying. He could go for pack guns. Pack guns on this map, I feel, struggle a little bit with this hill in the middle. There aren't, I don't know, it just feels like the sight lines aren't super fantastic. That said, you can get something done with a pack, but it's not easy. Or he could go for something like support elements into Stugs. That is a very unpopular choice, though. So, we'll see what he ends up going for. Grenadiers going to be forced back. Rail Engineers finding a mine. And both players continuing to trade territory. Humber armor car going to find this mortar, is going to force him back. So... this is the world that our German has chosen, right? Going for those early Panzer Grenadiers right around the timing of when the Humber armor car is going to come out. So... this player is going to be in a good position here for a little bit. Feels like we might see an AT gun for him next. Potentially. And that is going to be the choice for our German at the very least. Pack going to deal with that Humber armored car. So big push out of the base here.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
And it looks like he's going to want to try and control this central point. Now the advantage of, moving into the center like this is you can spread out and potentially pick up all the fuel points. That's a German mine there. So yeah. We have a little bit of a quiet here. Just wanted to thank all the new subscribers. You guys have been awesome. Closing in on 600. Feels like just yesterday we hit 500, so thank you very much for the support. You guys, seriously, your comments keep me going, so I don't even care what the algorithm wants. Yeah. Gonna see some commandos dropped in here. So our British player did lock in Air and Sea quite a bit ago, and has gone for the commando section. So that's very interesting. I mean, a lot of times you'll see folks go for the other option here, which is the commando support section, that have those heavy machine guns that make them pretty effective, or light machine guns, I should say, that make them effective at long range. Is this pack gonna pick up this Humber? Wow. Yeah, that's an unfortunate loss there for a British player. Pretty big mistake, I would say, and these Grenadiers going to do work here. However, the Blob going to get caught out by this heavy machine gun. Actually going to retreat all his units there. And this is super freaking annoying. Actually going for another Humber armored car here. So both players going to be happy with the state of this game right now, I would think. I mean, picking up a Humber armored car is great, but denying your opponent fuel feels better. And a second Panzer Grenadier on the way. Interesting. He went for mechanized battle group despite not going for Luftwaffe. I don't think that that's a mistake per se, but isn't going to be able to take advantage of this raid package, at least to start us off here. Please plant a hidden demolition charge. Does have enough munitions. I don't know if it's the right choice given his current composition. He probably wants another Bren gun, but yeah, God, I love hidden demolition charges. Panzer Grenadiers moving out. Gonna absolutely shred those Royal Engineers. German player's gonna get his territory back under his control, but this entire time has been getting behind a little bit on fuel. And our British player was building a 6-pounder there, but switched to a Humber armored car. Oof, where'd that go down? Nice pickup by those Panzer Grenadiers, getting those Royal Engineers on their way out. So unit preservation, a little bit of a problem here for a British player. I do think vehicles is absolutely the right call. But desertBeliever is starting to build up a little bit of a fuel bank here, so we could see some medium tanks of one variety or another in the near future. Or we could just see both players staying on infantry for a while. So with this build from our German, I feel like we see folks go for the Luftwaffe battle group more often than not with this type of build. Because you get that infantry reserves and the discounts on reinforcing your units, makes a really big difference when you've got this many infantry on the field. But 8 rad added on here. This 8 rad can go toe-to-toe with that Humber armored car, no problem. And yeah, I'm over here thinking this second Humber armored car was a little bit of a mistake. The saving grace for our British player here is that he's had way better control of the fuel over the course of this game. It's not, I'll put it this way, it's not insignificant, right? So 8 rad gonna chase down all these units though, right back into their base. Doesn't know it, but could go super hard here, but is gonna respect his opponent. Doesn't know what's in the fog of war. Could be 6-pounders, could be mines lurking, he just doesn't know. So not diving, definitely the safe choice there. Grenadiers going to shred those units with a grenade. Panzer Grenadiers unfortunately not focusing. 8 rad. Is this guy on focused vehicles? He is. But is going to close the gap with this Humber armored car, and I do think that's a dead Humber armored car here. Might get away, but nope. Going to get trapped in this corner here. And a great pickup for our German. So unit preservation starting to add up here just a bit. And what am I hearing there? Artillery barrage. What the heck is that from? Recce package? Must be. Yep. So, as quick as I was saying that our British player was controlling the fuel, going to turn that around. Finally getting to take advantage of his raid package here with these armored cars. And Stuart's going to be the choice here. So Stuart's, I mean, clearly our British player likes light vehicles. I mean, he's built 2 Humber armored cars, and now he's going for Stuart's. I do feel like, I mean, it's hard for me to say. I could tell you that the meta is not to stay on light vehicles this long. And for me personally, as a British player, I love... I should say, I'm not a British player. I enjoy the British. Enjoy them a lot. What I'm trying to say is... feels like a... Matilda could have been a better choice here. Another Royal Engineer going down there. And yeah. Yeah, this game definitely coming down to unit preservation here. We've seen 4 units going down. Now this Stuart, I mean, has the potential, right? Can deal with 8 rad. It can deal with everything that our German has here. But we do see our German going up to the Panzer Company. So with bigger tanks right around the corner, Stuart's going to have to do some serious work.
Commandant, territory sector lost.
Looks like both players just going to sit in a standoff here. Commandos walked all the way around once again here. Love that for him, but the 8 rad going to have something to say about that. And this is not a place you want to be if you're a commando. Now imagine if there was a demo charge here, a hidden demo charge. Oh, that could have been juicy. See guys, this is why you should use hidden demo charges. Here comes the Stuart. Gonna force those Panzer Grenadiers back. AT gun is responding. And I do like this choice to hide away this Stuart. So, I've been thinking about how good this AT gun is on this map, and I think I'm taking it back. What I said earlier. I think long term, once these walls come down and these hedges come down, AT guns get really stinking good, right? I mean, it is just a huge open area, and you got one piece of cover, right? You got this house, and then you can jump into these alleyways, but that's a lot of space for an AT gun to get some good shots in. So, attack gun supporting these Panzer Grenadiers, but it is too far back. Panzer Grenadiers trying to land a bundle grenade on the AT gun from our British player, but not going to connect too much, that is. Heavy machine gun moving forward, 8 rad, and friends moving down on this bottom side. And it appears to me that our German player is keeping his Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers together, potentially on the same hot group here. Hotkey, I should say. I think that's an interesting choice. He's got a little bit of, he's got the utility of the snare. He's got the utility of the Grenadiers being able to reinforce Panzer Grenadiers. So, cool to see those units working in conjunction. And that was a nice little fight here from our British player. Managed to pin a fairly large squad and loop in from that top side, and he's going to pick up a ton of territory here, denying yet more fuel to his opponent. So Stuart, I think, coming in clutch here a little bit. Heavy machine gun, of course, doing work. And looks like company command post next. So maybe I was wrong about this Stuart, right? If our British player can make it to company command post and then call the Stuart off, I think that's a fine thing, right? He didn't slow down his tanks that much, and getting that Stuart out quickly, right at this moment in the game has proved helpful. Stoss trooping on the way for our German.
Shock veterans have been relinquished to us.
That's going to be scary.
Relight our Panther company to produce sensor tanks.
But, I mean, I don't know if our British player knows it, but I think Matilda is going to be really freaking good here. But as I say that, Panthers can be made. And maybe that's what we're going to see? Question mark? British player doesn't have a very good answer to Panthers. So, see how he ends up dealing with it. It's going to have to be a combination of mines and AT guns, I would think. Stuart rolling up here. Forcing those Stoss trooping back. Both players using the house as cover. 6-pounder getting a good connection on the 8 rad there. This is a great little flank by these commandos. They're going to clean everything out of here. Nothing to stop them. 6-pounder in jeopardy here. Grenadiers are on the scene, so should be able to assist. But they are also going to have to leave as the commandos close the gap. Not leaving just yet. Now it's going to do that. 8 rad. Oh, nice find by the Stuart, finding that 8 rad. That was big. I think that's the first loss we've seen for our German. And is going to continue to deny territory here. So nice little comeback here for our British player. I mean, he's been down bad, but looking like he's going to pick up. I mean, I think, like I said, his saving grace is he's had a fuel advantage, and he can afford us some of these losses that he's been sustaining. And we are going to see a Crusader here, he said, checking the silhouette. So, right into a Panther, which I'm sure he's not going to be happy about. Doesn't know it, but desperately needs some mines, I would say. Some deep mines in his own territory, because Panthers with that crazy mobility can dive you pretty darn bad.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Guard gonna grab up this victory point. I mean, look at... Oh, man, I have not been paying attention to the victory points at all. And very... Oh, no, and I just realized that I've got blue on the left and red on the right, guys. I am so sorry. How could I? Well, at least their elos are in the right spot. But, yeah, sorry about that. So Crusader gonna close Push away the Stoss Troop and Panther, moving to intercept. 6-pounder not on the scene here, so this is going to be a bad place to be if you're a Crusader. British player has seen it now, so does have that information. Not going to get caught off guard. 6-pounder coming in here. So, second 6-pounder, definitely a good decision against the Panther. Oh my god, that pack gun from downtown, getting vision from these Grenadiers. And looks, what is that barrage there? Zeroing artillery. Gonna come down here. Royal Engineers walking right into it. Doesn't see it. Uh-oh. Yep. Man, I do not want to be a Royal Engineer in Rommel's army here. He is, I think that's like the third or fourth. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of Royal Engineers, folks. So, Panther gonna pop smoke, bail out. Did pick up spotting scopes and the Stoss Troop and assault packages. Hey, if you guys like this Stoss Troop and assault packages, would you tell me why in the comments? Because I saw a discussion on Reddit about it the other day, and I wasn't sure. I mean, folks compared them to Fulsham Jaeger, in that you kind of have to use the ambush ability from the Stoss Troop to make that upgrade effective. And I would tend to agree with that, and I'm wondering if you guys have a different opinion on the Stoss Troop. And I mean, they are so freaking good with their heavy machine gun, so. Yeah, and German player in a fairly dominant position here, right? He's got all the tools he needs to deal with everything that his opponent is doing. He's got he's got elite, veterans, and veteran infantry. God, couldn't get that sentence out. And this Panther is just enough to deal with the Crusader, and the 6-pounders are a threat here, but doesn't feel like they're going to be enough. German player getting aggressive here. Doesn't have another call-in. Zeroing barrage could just absolutely shove these guys right back into their base. German player fighting for the sake of fighting here a little bit, I would say, right? He's just controlling the middle, but he doesn't quite control all 3 victory points, doesn't really control all the territory that he could be despite his dominant position here. And of course, that's super easy for me to say as an observer, right? But Grenadiers, oh man, those commandos doing work, but not quite enough. And I do like to see this Panther on attack infantry. Look at that, getting some kills. Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really like the anti-infantry effectiveness of anti-tank vehicles in this game. It feels like it's in a good place, right? Because that didn't do anything. But in the right situation, Panther can do okay against infantry. So, Crusader relegated to hiding on the wings of the map. Just, yeah, I mean, he's getting value out of this Crusader, right? By swinging left and right, forcing the Panther to have to respond, forcing this pack gun to have to respond. That's exactly what you want to do with your units when you have the option. And a Sturmpanzer on the way here. Gonna really put the nail in the coffin, I would say. I do like that our British player is staying in this game. You know, you guys know me, I love to say that if you stay in games, you will win more. Because it is very easy for your opponent to make a mistake. I mean, we've seen it on this channel where players with a significant advantage throw away 1 or 2 units and just completely turn the tide of the game. So, we do see a lot of high-level players do that. And Panther going to get engaged here. He's taking some nice little side armor hits there from those 6-pounders. Using the house for cover, though, is going to escape Crusader also looks like he's going to escape. Sturmpanzer on the scene, though. And he's going to get his first shot here soon. Crusader just continuing to skirt the idea of this Panther. Sturmpanzer, oh my god, what a fantastic first hit there. Completely nuking those commandos. Panzer Grenadier is going to finish the job there. Zeroing artillery barrage called down on all these team weapons. First player is going to escape. Oh, what an unlucky hit there. Holy cow. Commando section going to go down to the zeroing artillery. And surely this is going to mark the end here, I would imagine. And he does have a second Crusader. Alright, so I think our British player is going to give it a try here. But infantry in a dominant position for our German. Just completely dominant there. Does he have any trainings? Yeah, no training. Just now picking up grenades. I mean, that was his choice, right, in the early game. Was a whole bunch of tanks, a whole bunch of light vehicles, I should say. And then straight into tanks, and hasn't had the fuel income to support the luxurious lifestyle. Can't have it all. More Stas trooping on the way here. And I'm over here thinking actually another Panther might be a little bit better, but I'm sure that these players know each other, right? I mean, you're gonna know players from your time zone of your elo. Oh man, infantry section going down. But it feels like these players know each other because they're memeing a little bit there, I would say. Crusader's trying to get on the side armor of that Sturmpanzer, but doing absolutely nothing to that front armor. Holy cow, this guy's bounced like 7 times there. How about another one, guys? How about another bounce? But, I mean, that's that armor for you. It's that front armor, 300. Ridiculous. Panther on the scene. How much does Panther have? It has more armor than the Sturmpanzer? How did I not know that? That's crazy. Barrage coming down here. Looks like it's going to be the rocket strike from the air and sea. Gonna pick up the Panther. That's a big freaking deal. And now these Crusaders can do whatever they want. And it looks like the Sturmpanzer is going to get hit again. And holy cannoli. This is why you stay in games, folks. Pretty significant mistake here. Wow. Is he going to get it? Is he going to bounce? Okay. This guy might go down too, though. Pack gun. Not facing the right way. Should get him here, surely. Second Crusader trying to save the day. Isn't going to happen. Might pick up the pack gun, though. These Grenadiers are on cooldown for their Faust ability, and that's a dead pack, surely. Surely. Here comes some more infantry sections, though. We got a cooldown on the Faust. And is this a dead Crusader now? Oh my god, it's going to be close. Infantry section trying to help. Should be able to get the pack. Not focusing. Looks like he's focusing the Grenadiers instead. Wow. Okay. Well, very, very expensive for both players. That was a ton of munitions from our British player, which I'll admit he could afford. And a whole bunch of fuel for both players, so... Now, it doesn't really change the situation for the infantry here, right? I mean, our British player is still ahead on victory points. Man, I called this game too early. It could still go either way. It could still go either way here. But is going to pick up the 2 victory points. I mean, I would still say our German's in an advantageous position here. I mean, he's got some really scary high veterancy infantry. And the only thing he has to worry about is this Crusader, and I think he's got another Panther just around the corner here. So at the end of the day, while it was a fantastic attack, there's still opportunity, or it's still going to be an uphill battle for our British player. I'm surprised he's not saving for another tank. I mean, he has enough for another tank. I'm surprised he's not adding one on.
The enemy falters. They are down to 200 points.
I mean, so at this exact moment, Matilda would be really freaking good. But as soon as a Panther comes out, it's no longer going to be good. So that to me says go for a Crusader. But he's just not gonna. So, and you know, if a heavy machine gun as a second choice to deal with this crap load of infantry that you're facing down, sure, like I can see that as an option. But this Crusader getting aggressive here, gonna eat some Fausts. Well, singular, eat one Faust. Triple cap was on there for just a second, but the Royal Engineers gonna fix that. And heavy machine gun in jeopardy. Losing a vet 3 heavy machine gun would be pretty darn bad. Pack once again moving in. Crusader in a bad spot. Might go down. Yep. Yep. And there's gonna be the surrender. Yeah, I mean, that game, unit preservation, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the Panzer Grenadiers came out at a nice time. You got a couple wipes with them. The Humber Armored Car didn't do enough while it was not under threat. And then I feel like the second Humber Armored Car was probably a mistake. Could have seen an opportunity for... I think Stuart's was a fine option. Even after the Humber Armored Car went down. Could have gone into 2 Stuarts and then potentially swapped them out at company command posts later, which is what we saw him do with that individual Stuart. Or potentially just gone straight for company command post into Matildas. I mean, Matildas are very good against Panzer Grenadiers. They're really good against pack guns as well. Just because of that insane armor that they have, especially this patch. So, yeah. Definitely a unit preservation type of game. Well played by our German player. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.